really listen to the mishmat, to be disciplined. And that's what I'm trying to figure out a way to bring this in a kovidic manner. I would say like this: when I look back at my high school, I went to high school both in Chutz La'aretz and in Eretz Yisrael. Easy 40 to 50% of the chevra that I went to yeshivas with checked out at a certain point. And of course, a lot of what caused them to check out was definitely the Mashiach, the being drawn to things that are just so stimulating and exciting. But many of them were turned off by people who, so to speak, represent Dvar Hashem in this world. And basic ehrlichkeit, basic nimusim, mannerisms, basic kavod, they felt was lacking from people who, so to speak, represent Olam HaTorah. And this is a very sensitive subject. And a lot of my chaverim in my kehillah, where I am, have brought this up this past year, that they would love to be able to it's called Makav Zchus, of course. It's something we all dream of. But when we see a certain level of ignoring basic fundamental principles of being mechabed other people by staying safe, there's a certain voice that says we don't know what to do. How can we just turn our heads from such an inyan?
I think it's not only being mechabed other people by following guidelines. It goes far beyond being mechabed other people. It actually is about pikuach nefesh. I have been very outspoken, and I wrote many tshuvas. I think in a week or two, Minchas Osher on Corona is expected to come out. And it's the only sefer I ever wrote, and I could say I wish by the time the sefer comes out it wouldn't be negei halacha l'maisa. And I hope all the tshuvas in Minchas Rosh and Corona would be droish v'kabel sachar halacha v'loy l'maisa. I think it's going to be an amazing sefer with many, many fundamental chidushim. And about 80% of the sefer is halacha and 20% is, divrei chizuk. And so I've been very clear about my opinions defining pikuach nefesh, and I said many times, I'm not a spokesman of the health ministry. I wasn't asked to be their spokesman, and I would decline if I would be asked. I'm a spokesman of the Shulchan Aruch, I'm a spokesman of halacha, and I think many of us failed this fundamental test. On the other hand, I always tried to be respectful and never to be extreme. So I'm just giving an example. It's somewhat an amusing example, and it was many months ago, and I'm not mentioning names because of Kavod HaTorah. But on the very same day, 2 psukim were quoted in the names of Choshev Rabbonim. One said, you can't be mitzaref to minyan people that don't follow the rules and the regulations because they're a roideif. The other said, those people that call the police to inform about shuls and people that break the rules is a moiser. You can't be mitzaref him to minyan. So I said, okay, then we need to daven b'yechidus. You can't be mitzaref anyone to minyan. He's either a roideif or a moiser. Let's not be insane. This one isn't a roideif, and that one isn't a moiser. In a way, they're probably trying to do the right thing, but some people could have awful mistakes. And therefore, I've been very outspoken and very clear about the way I interpret halacha. And my opinion all along was that you need to go to the extreme to preserve life. We were the ones to teach the world. Amakayim nefeshachas misol kilu kiyam oilamolei. Ama'abed nefeshachas misol kilu ibid oilamolei. So what happened to us? Did we practice what we preach? Are we noah mekayim or only noah doirish? We should be examples. We should lead the world in doing everything to save one life. So, yes, some of us did not rise to the challenge. But coming back to your question, many people spoke to me in the past year about their being extremely troubled. Their emunas chachamim was affected. So the first thing I say, you need to understand that Kadosh Baruch Hu is far greater than all his spokesmen and representatives. So you might be disappointed with your local Rav. You might be disappointed with people that are considered great people. It shouldn't turn you away from a Kadosh Baruch Hu. Kadosh Baruch Hu is far greater than everyone, than any of his spokesmen or representatives. The other thing we need to understand, David HaMelech in Tehillim says, Shkiyos miyavin. Great people could sometimes make mistakes, and great people could make great mistakes as well. So we should never lose faith and lose the love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and his Torah. So try to connect with those Gedolim that you feel brought cover to the world, and they were Mekadishim Shemaim. But nothing should turn you away from